again. Welcome back to Billy Ho's Sports. Keeping up with our Saratoga coverage this Independence Day week. The Belmont Derby premiere video is out. The preview video, I should say. And so give that one a look at your earliest convenience. We're going to do another split the pot draw coming up Haskell weekend. Here's the Haskell for July 19th. So if you're new to the channel, check the description for details. But basically, if you're a subscriber and you're leaving a comment, your name goes into a draw. We spin the wheel for a free $20 bet on me that we split the pot if we win. So today's race is going to be the Thriller in Manila. And this is the 3-year-olds going a mile on the turf. So we are going to get right into things right now and look at the contenders. Okay, the inner turf, a little bit different format on the Manila. The grade 3 is a $200,000 purse, 3-year-olds. And obviously we got one big, huge, heavy favorite, but sometimes, it just bees like that. So we'll start with number 1, Maui Strong. That's Dale Romans, Junior Alvarado. Decent run versus lesser stakes competition. Ran third behind Test Score and Scipio in that grade 3 at Keeneland in the Transylvania right here. Was a pretty good run there. And he did yield down the stretch. And actually Maui Strong was the one that beat Final Gambit in his debut in the previous video when we talked about the Belmont Stakes. So Maui Strong, here's down here somewhere. It's Final Gambit. Yeah, right there. In that 120K maiden, that was his maiden breaker. So going a mile, Maui Strong. Tis Dashing. Don't really have much to say about this one. Barkley tag. Javi Castellano, not really showing me much of anything here. The Woodhaven was just 6th, not even close. No headway. Whenever they say no headway, I tend to shy away from horses like that. A little bit more closer to the lead with the 5 on the pressing pace. So I'm going to take a pass on this one. Fire Pit up next. Probably going to be another pass as well. The optional claiming ranks. He had some success there, but I don't think he's much of a match for anything in this caliber of field. Bounces back and forth between turf and dirt. So trying the mile 70 in the slop did go wire to wire, but I don't think you're going to get that. That's Parks in the slop. That's a super heavy front running favoring scenario there. Think Saudi Crown at Parks a couple years ago in that Pennsylvania Derby. So anyway, Fire Pit's a pass. Zulu Kingdom, number 1 with a bullet. What can you say? It's Chad Brown, it's Flavian Pratt. Pratt is back to the friendly confines. I think he's much better at Saratoga riding turf, both turf and dirt. He kind of struggled a little bit at Churchill Downs, but he did win the American Turf aboard this horse, and he did close out and beat both New Century and Test Score, who are in the previous Belmont Derby that we just talked about. Also beat Regan's Wit and Revolutionaire, who are in this race. Didn't run all that great. Was right there in the BC Juvenile Turf, but just wasn't able to get the closing kick needed. But nothing but wins other than that. Zulu Kingdom, what can you say? Horse to beat by a long shot. So let's go. And now we're moving on to number 5, Regan's Wit. Did scratch out of the American Derby last week and probably would have won that race, but looking for this opportunity to get a graded stakes victory. Lost by just a neck to Zulu at Tampa, and then had a little trip trouble in the Transylvania. Nailed it in the J.W. Murphy at Pimlico with a huge speed figure, but now he's moving back up to grade 1 in the competition here. So I don't think we're going to see that. It's actually grade 3. I'm sorry. Grade 3 competition. So Regan's Wit, definitely one to contend with. He's got the talent, now just needs to trip. Then we have a relatively newer shooter from the Chad Brown barn. Irad Ortiz will ride Uncatalyzed. And this one burst on the scene pretty quick in March. Ran a really good one at Tampa and lost to Capitol Hill, but it was just outkicked in the end. Learned his lesson, stepped up to 85K, then went wire to wire. So this one's going to be kind of the one that Chad Brown's going to tag team up with Zulu Kingdom. He'll probably set up Zulu for the close, being out on the lead and making it more of an honest pace. That's kind of how I feel. But I wouldn't exactly leave him out completely. I think he's if he continues to progress forward, then he could definitely be an underneath exotics used to hang on for a slice. So keep an eye on that one, Clairvitch Stables. And here's Revolutionaire. This one is Miggy Clement taking over for Pops. Joel Rosario. Pops actually won this race, Christophe Clement, in 2020 aboard a horse with called Gufo. And I feel like this one needs more distance. I mean, the 8.0 and the 9.9 Dam Sire screams a lot of distance here, not just a mile. And these two races here just look like he could have used a little further distance, another eighth mile, another quarter mile, especially in the Columbia. Ran third and but was just kind of got third place. Was pretty distant behind Zulu and Regan's Wit, actually about 4 lengths back. So Revolutionaire definitely underneath use, as would Capitol Hill be. Capitol Hill would be another use. I think Bill Mott, Johnny V. Nothing I could see to indicate he was a threat at first. Then I looked back at the turf race at Keeneland because you could see he just came off the dirt. So dirt to turf is only 10% out of 170. That's a strike one right there. But this mile and 3/16 right here was pretty good. Lost to early adopter, and then but the maiden, the one at Tampa where he beat Uncatalyzed was pretty solid. He got bumped at the start, but did pretty good. He actually probably should have won the next race, but kept getting tangled up with the 6 horse Anagata. But like I said, exotics. Moving down to Golden Channel, another one I love the progeny of English Channel. He's just been such a great sire over the years of turf horses. The Pennine Ridge was pulled off the turf, so the third there is not really that big of a concern. But you can see wire to wire going across at Gulfstream. Like I said, Gulfstream just favors more front running type horses, so I'm going to pass on Gold Channel for that. Then you got Straight Cash, homie, and that's Sherry DeVoe, Brian Hernandez looking for some of that straight cash. She scooped this one up from Richard Baltus back in March, and so this is going to be the first one out. So first at a route seven, she's 20% shipper, 17%. All very good, 90 plus days away. She's just really, really good at her job. So heavily bet debut, sharp workout, a horse that I think can compete, but another by Tiz the Law. It is Tiz the Law's second crop of horses, so the jury's still out on like whether he's any good at turf producing turf runners, because we all saw Tiz Tastic just inexplicably be the favorite on the turf last weekend at Churchill Downs, and that horse is still running. So, but this one looks a lot faster to me actually. So the Dam Conquest Straight Up was a stakes winning turf sprinter, and that's a big factor because I don't think that the same type of breeding was for Tistastic, but this one has on the Dam side the speed and the turf breeding to get after it, and that's why this horse looked a little faster to me when he won that maiden at Santa Anita. So, Mythical Man, the number 11 horse. I wonder what favor Luis Saez owed Danny Gargan to take the mount on this one. So, By Mucho Macho Man, newly gelded, does have back to back wins coming in, but really just too big of a jump in class, in my opinion, to go from the maiden, which finished sixth by 19 lengths. So, tired out in that one, but that was off the turf. That was on the dirt. Then cracked the maiden optional claiming for 50K at Aqueduct, and then finished off the 2-year-old season with a nice win at Gulfstream Park. But I'm not looking at this one for anything less than maybe a possibility as a long shot play for exotics. Also, outside post positions on the inner turf are no bueno either. The inner turf has tighter turns. It favors more tactical speed than the outside turf, but I don't think Mythical Man and Luis Saez are going to get there from post 11. That was the other knock I had on flat to the mat. Definitely got has some good results in the Paradise Creek Palisades. Palisades was off the turf going just 5.5, but hasn't been distanced any further than 6 furlongs on the inner turf. So I'm gonna have to wait and see on that one. Just doesn't feel right to me. Obviously the outside post is tough, and did actually have a really great trip in the Paradise Creek, but Clock Tower just got a little bit too far ahead. I think a lot of Clock Tower though on the turf. So that was a pretty good race. Blinkers come on, and first time blinkers 12% is not great. Mike Maker, Dylan Davis, outside chance to hit the board, but I'm not really going to go there. Uh, so let's round things up by going a huge field, but this race sets up just perfectly for Zulu Kingdom. I can't see any other way to go here. I know it's going to be massive chalk, but he'll have actually stablemate Uncatalyzed pressing the lead will probably help. Regan's Wit, if Regan's Wit runs back to that last race at Pimlico, it's going to be a real tough challenge for Zulu Kingdom to get it done. But I think all things being equal, if the turf is not yielding, Zulu is going to blast off down the stretch and get this done. So I'm going to take number 4 on top. We'll call it a 3-star best bet. Then I would go with the 1, the 5, the 6, and the 7 right now. These are just kind of early leans anyway, but I kind of like that setup. Zulu Kingdom is good, will absolutely be. I mean, people can try to beat him in the pick fives and whatever, but I will have a pick 5 video coming out, so don't worry about that. We'll have Zulu in there. Probably, spoiler alert, that'll be a single. So until next time, keep leaving those comments because your name's going in the draw for the Haskell coming up. So till next time, see you soon.